Welcome to Tai Chi. Everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at your waist, turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. Interlock those fingers. Keep your arms closer to your head. Reach them out to the ceiling as you force your hips and waist to turn to peek at the heel of your opposite foot. 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful. Shift your weight to the left foot. Good Tai Chi posture. Kick your right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shift your weight. Turn at the hips and waist to favor the side that you're kicking. 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman, opening up your span, parallel feet, choose the right side, sit on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cross and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Short one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good golden cockerel. Good Tai Chi posture. What's good Tai Chi posture? Dropping your shoulders, do it now. Middle finger to the side seam of your pants, hollowing out your chest, butt tucked under, down 10 points of your head, your chest, and 2 inches below your navel are straight up in a vertical straight line. Good thoughts, tongue on your palate, okay? And let me just caution you, our knees are relaxed. They're not straight and locked. But when you relax your knees, you don't want this, because this is like you already moved, you set your stance, or you've made some movement, your energy has already started. But in a Tai Chi posture, there's no movement yet, we haven't started yet. So these knees are just relaxed, but not bent, okay? So they're just relaxed and not locked in. Okay, so everybody lock your knee, and you're like a soldier, right? Lock it, stand up straight and lock it. But now you just relax it a little bit, but not, just to a little point, a little bit, okay? All right, so this is good Tai Chi posture, and then we're actually opening up our feet because we're going to be a golden cockerel. So right now we're 50-50. We're evenly distributed. Everything is central. But we're going to shift our weight to the left. How? Shift your weight to the left. So when you feel that shifting of the weight, you feel the power or the energy fully weighted a little bit more on the left. Why do we want to feel that? We want to feel secure with gravity. We want to be able to post yourself on the left, to allow the energy to transfer over to make the right foot an insubstantial foot to come up. Okay, the weightless foot is the only foot that can cause movement. I'm having trouble because I'm not using my hands or my upper body. So here again, we're going to make Tai Chi or our whole body work for us. We're thinking through that we're going to be a golden cockerel on the left. We know that we have to shift our weight to the right. We also know that we have the upper body to help us. So the right foot that comes up, the right hand has to center our body. How does it do it? Centers our body. Centers so that it's towards the middle of our body rather than away from our middle. But we want the energies concentrated in the middle because our right foot and our right hand are working together to come up at the same time in the same location, okay? The other hand and the posted foot or the left foot now stays grounded because we made that shift, but the left hand sits to the side and pushes down while the right hand comes up, and that works as a counter to what we're doing, okay? Let's put that to work. Let's try it, and we can refine it. Shift our weight, center the right foot, push down with the left as we rise up the front. Okay. We also talked about Tai Chi being very circular and full of spirals, semicircles. So with mainly our upper body and mainly our arms, we are creating spirals. So say to yourselves, how are you creating spirals with your arms, and see how you can incorporate spirals. Spirals, semicircles, circles, half circles, whatever it is to soften your movement, but then again, it's the style of Tai Chi that's called Yang style, that's continuous and soft. Okay, I'm going to turn around and show you, try to reinforce some of the characteristics of Yang style. So we said that we would shift our weight and we would create spirals as well as counterbalances. So one hand goes up, one hand goes down. So although this is called a golden cockerel, standing on one foot, another good name for this movement is called push down, pull up. And you can readily see that we're pushing down at the same time we're pulling up. So in Tai Chi, everything is synchronized, it's timed right, and it's making use of the whole body. We also know that the principle, one of the main principles in Yang Chen Fu's 10 Essentials is that we have a spine or an axle, and this is our center of gravity with the 3 Danten points. We have to line it up. With this cable, it allows us to spin and come back. It allows us to advance forward and come backwards or to the sides, but it's all the time in good Tai Chi posture so that you're never bent, okay? But the swiveling or the rotation also helps us with stability and balance. So those are the kinds of things that we need to really enforce and reinforce all the time in not just Golden Cockerel, but all of Tai Chi, okay? Then we learned how to kick out. We said that we needed to keep our feet at 50-50 apart. We need to semicircle it. When we kick out with our right foot, our right hand comes to the outside of the cross. We bring it up and out together. We follow the kick while the other hand that sits to the back counters our motion for better balance. Okay, so we're doing it now. We're centering and we're following with our eyes and following our hands the foot that is kicking out. Rooting down for safety, spinning on that axle, creating a core or central area, gathering our energy, pulling it out, recycling it, centering it, following it as we expand, but bringing it back, centralizing it, and following back out. One more set. Tuck the elbows, right hand, right foot ready to go, follow. Left foot, insubstantial, left hand on the outside. Okay? So we're looking for strength, we're looking for balance, we're looking for concentration, we're looking for the use of our core. We're not looking for whether our hand can reach out and do a counterbalance, because it won't work. It'll make you fall if you're just concentrating on your hands. But it's a total body use of your Danten points, focusing, and good Tai Chi posture. We went on then to say that in Tai Chi, being a discipline, there are rules. We learned 3 to 5 major stances. We said the best thing to do is to do a T stance by putting our right foot on a cross-section of a line of a tile. At the mid or cross-section of that line, we put our left foot. We created a capital T. This is called a T stance. This is not a T stance because I'm straight up. I have 2 weighted feet. When I have 2 weighted feet and I try to walk, I can't, I stumble. So what do I have to do? Tai Chi says that you can only move if you have a foot that's weightless. So this is the weightless foot, whereas the right foot now is the grounded or holding all your weight and obeying gravity. This is where your energy is stored. This is a T stance. We then went on to say we needed to next create an L stance, the capital letter L. In the capital letter L, there are two ways of looking at it. You can come out and to the side and create a upside down L, okay? I'll do it with me, out and to the side, okay? So you see that you are drawing the capital L, but we only want to do it in one step or one motion. Therefore, our left heel has to come here, because that's where you ended it when you drew your L. When you create an L stance, the energy still remains on the right foot. Nothing has been generated, no energy has been generated. All we're doing is placing it out here. But what we eventually want to do after a T stance and an L stance is a bow stance. So to do a bow stance, we have to move the energy that's planted in our right or back foot from the sole to the ankle, to the leg, to the knee, to the thigh, to the waist, to the hips, through our chest, through our shoulders, and then firm down on the front foot. At this position, you created a bow stance, the bow in the front, the arrow in the back. Do not forget that the arrow in the back is never locked. Everybody lock it? No, the energy then locks within your joint. Therefore, you need to keep your Tai Chi posture and relax that back knee. The knee at this point of the left foot never goes beyond the toe. If you do that, what happens? Let's do it. Slowly, you put your knee beyond your left toe. You saw that your Tai Chi posture then moved forward and your vertical dantian points went with you. Therefore, you need to line up the knee with the toe. Okay, so we covered T stance, L stance, bow stance. Now, in order to take care of the other side, because you remember that Tai Chi is symmetrical, we need to do 2 or 3 maneuvers. In a bow stance, we need to sit back and sit down on an imaginary stool. Come forward on a bow stance and shift your weight or move your body back so that your weight now is on the back leg. Therefore, when you do that, to make it logical, the left foot now comes to its heel. So here again, if you could come to me and lift my left foot, at that instance, I should have it weightless. The weightless foot now has its turn to move because that's the only foot that's insubstantial to help us with safety. Therefore, it can turn on a twist step on its heel. So move back to that line to make sure that we're at the bulletin board. You firm down the left foot to help you keep balance, obeying gravity. This foot now can be weightless. The right foot can be weightless. Therefore, it can create a T. And why am I putting my hands here? Because I feel that I need the balance. So you can see right away that, yeah, it's okay to make letters and fancy stuff with your feet, but if your body is not helping you or your upper body is not helping your lower body, something's going to give way. Something's going to cause an accident. So in this position now, I got back to the letter T. I'm taking care of my symmetry. I'm rooting down on my left because that's where my energy is. My right foot now is weightless. Therefore, my right foot can take an L stance. We said that we could draw it out, but we wanted to do it in one motion. Therefore, we're going to put our heel out here. Then the energy is going to move through our system. We're going to adjust that back foot to a 45 degrees, and we're now in a bow stance. From a bow stance, we need to sit down and we need to sit back. but not throw our back back. We're going to do a twist step because that's the insubstantial. Rooting down to store energy and obey gravity. Weightless foot creates a T. And I'm going to put my hand on my waist. I'm going to be safe. I want to be grounded. I want to use my upper body in a way to keep me safer. T stance, out into the side, L. Turn the hips and waist, move that energy. Adjust the back foot to a 45-degree bow stance. Sit back, sit down on that imaginary stool. Twist step, root down for gravity. T stance, out on an L. Move the energy, turn the hips and waist because that axle can spin. Bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, twist step, T stance, L stance, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, twist step, T stance, L stance, turn the hips and waist, bow stance. Okay, this time I'm going to do a self-check, okay, so make it the best you know how. Sit back, sit down, pivot, twist step, T stance. Out and to the side is an L stance. Out and to the side, L, turn the hips and waist, adjust the back foot, bow stance. Now, the self-evaluation or check is to drag your left or front foot back, but don't do it yet. But when you drag it back, you stop at the alignment of your back foot, and there should be a gap. Do not change that gap. The gap is good. So here's what we're going to do, and we're only taking care of ourselves. Drag the left foot back, straight back. Stop at your other foot and look at your feet. You can come out of Tai Chi posture and say, do I have a space between the 2 feet? Okay, there should be a space. If there's not a big space, you're going to hurt your knees. So how are we going to help yourselves to do that? I think everybody needs a little bit of help. So we're going to get back to as we do this, we're kind of gravitating to the back, so we kind of want to adjust where we're standing, okay? So here's how you can rectify how your feet stance will end up. It's the L stance that needs help. We know the T. To do an L correctly, we need to come out and to the side. How with your hand? Out and to the side. Again, out and to the side. On our heel in one motion. Therefore, it has to come here. Where? It has to come here. Out and to the side. Not just out, it has to come to the side or outside, okay? So let's see with our left heel where it can go. It can go out and to the side. And out to the side, you can readily see that if you drag your left or front foot back, there will be that gap we need. We need to establish that gap. I cannot teach you anything else if we can't get that, okay? So here's the deal, okay? Here's my T stance. Root it down, not this way, root it down, because I'm storing my energy. I can only move a weightless foot. We said we needed to come out and to the side, but we need to establish that gap. Therefore, we cannot just come out and slightly to the side. We need to come out and to a good comfortable stance. So when we come out and to the side, it's here. It is not here, because definitely I will clash with that back foot. I want that clearance. I want the space. Where's that space and where's that clearance that I'm talking about? Watch what I'm doing. I do a T stance. I do an L stance. When I drag my foot back, I have this gap. Okay? So first establish the gap and then understand why it's important. Okay? So you're going to listen, you're going to watch. This is a T stance. This is an out and to the side. Energy is here. I move the energy through my system, and I turn my hips and waist, and I flatten out on a bow stance. I made that adjustment of a 45. If I don't have the space big enough and I turn my hips and waist, my knee is going to be stressed. Watch. I don't have that space that I need. I can turn my hips and waist, but my knee is sort of frozen in there. I don't have that wiggle room or that semicircle that I need to sweep across comfortably. I am jammed up. I'm locked. I don't know what to do with my body, but ruin my body and ruin my knees and force something that's not good. Okay? So, yeah, it sounds scary, like, I don't want to deal with this. But to deal with it is important because you want to save what you have. You want them healthier, okay? So that's very a requirement, okay? You have to know that, okay? How many get it? Yeah, but you can't just get it mentally and visually. You've got to tell your body and teach your body and train your body.
This step is a good opportunity to learn the concept of substantial. And substantial means that's the support that you're going to have principally for your whole body. And it varies in the steps and positions from what you're doing. Some of them are 90% plus, 10% or less. Some are 60-40, as in the bow, it's a 60-40 or 7-30. Everything is not quite here. You're not like this. You are like this. But in this case, in the T-step, a common name for the T-step is an empty step. That is, this is empty. Nothing here. Everything's here. And the Tai Chi rule is you do not move the substantial foot, okay? Otherwise what happens is a thing called double-footed. You're in no man's land. You do not have stability. So substantial from here. Step out, and as you step out, just a subtle opening of the hip, not just, okay? Turning a little bit, and that makes all the difference in the world. But as you go out, this guy is holding the fort. It's not, okay? Substantial is substantial. You don't move until you, and then this establishes itself. This becomes substantial, and then this is insubstantial, it can move. It just happens that it's not going to be the 90-10% or 99-1% relationship. It's a different step now. You come this way, and then this is 30. I mean, this is 60 to 70%, and this is 30. That just happens to be how the bow step is. But still, this becomes substantial. And only when this comes pretty substantial do you adjust from this position to this position. Okay? So just, and take the time. Take the time. You're going from this position, take the time, sit, just keep thinking, sit. So you should be able to practice. Drop down on your knee and turn your hip. It's okay so long as you do your knee this way, whether you go up or down, okay? You don't want to be showing that you are, but say if you see me doing this, what's happened? My knee went down, but my head didn't bob up and down. That's another challenge, but still, you're bending your knee in the right way. You're not torquing. Like if, as Lucille says, if you're just this way, then you're torquing your knee. You don't want to do that. That's not good for your knee. And the object is to direct the force from this direction to that direction. So you can't square your shoulders except if you're like this. And you say, I didn't bend my legs, I didn't torque my knees, but you're sort of awkward, you're not stable. Versus you're here, out, everything is stable because I can now turn full and I adjust and I'm straight in that direction. So just remember, substantial means substantial. And learn which steps it means 90 and 10% or less, and which ones are 7/30 or which ones are even 50/50.
Okay, let's practice, okay? So, yes, we need parameters, yes, we need rules, but then we have to then try it out and then see how the rules apply and see where we can be a little stricter with ourselves, okay? Lay the platform, okay? This time we're going to use some hands because I noticed that when my hands were just dangling, they were kind of counter to what I really wanted to establish. So we need to kind of stabilize them, put them down here. The only problem with this being here is some people tend to rise with their shoulder because you just want to drop it down and keep it just kind of weighted down, okay? So not really, they're centering ourselves, but not really doing much other than stabilizing, okay? T stance, storing that energy. Out and to the side, L. Turn the hips and waist, flatten down, bow stance, adjust the back foot. Sit back, sit down on that imaginary stool, twist step, root down, create your T, L stance, turn the hips and waist, adjust the back foot, flatten down all together, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, root down, T, L, turn the hips and waist, bow. All right, then drag that left front foot back, and I think you've got it, okay? So it's better. Okay, so take that piece and practice. All right? Then we learned that to repulse the monkey, now I'll give you a little rest on the leg thing now. When we repulse the monkey, we center one hand, we look at the hand that in the back that's higher, and we somehow get to this point, and we push that monkey away or drag him down at the same time. So that's the movement, okay? So it comes right away after commencing form, but I want to go into commence repulsing of the monkey. So I'm going to have my feet out like this, and we're going to work on our upper body now, okay? So this time, your left hand is in the center, and the right hand is up higher. I'm going to be like you. I think I'm like you, right? All right. The hand that's higher needs to be slightly higher at about eye level. It can never be at the same plane or level as the front hand, okay? You're not directly across your body, but slightly, but not slightly that extreme so that your hips have to turn, but a little bit beyond the side of your body. Then you're glancing at that back hand. When you glance, you don't have to turn that whole neck, so that establishes where you put your hand. You're going to bring that hand to your ear as you watch. Turning your head and neck, you're meeting the hands in the middle. This is how you meet in the middle. One ball's coming straight at you and you're catching it with that top hand or the top mitt. The other ball is coming from the ceiling, and this is where they both meet, okay? They don't meet like this, they meet here, okay? Then you're going to repulse. How do you repulse? Push the top hand forward, draw the bottom hand back to your hip, okay? You're going to skim your hip. Then you're going to turn and glance and put the top hand higher, and you're going to catch that ball in the center. So the hand in the center now is catching it from the ceiling, and you're glancing at the back hand. What are we going to do to repulse the monkey? We're going to bring the top hand to our ear. We turn our head and neck. We meet both hands in the center, one coming straight at you and one coming down from the ceiling. Then you're going to slide back, slide forward, down to the hip, turn, look at that top hand that's higher, bring it to the ear, turn your head and neck, meet the balls in the center, and slide. Repulse the monkey. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, head, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, head, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Okay, good. Actually, really good, okay? But you gotta take it home and you gotta practice, okay? Watch what I do, okay? So when we repulse a monkey, we have center hand, we have a back hand that's higher. We're glancing, we're turning, we're meeting, we're sliding. So this time when you're looking for maybe positioning, maybe timing, but everything that maybe can help you, okay? Because each one of you is individual, and picking it up or learning at a different pace, but not only a different pace, but how you see and interpret what you hear and what you see, okay? But slowly we will unify our motion. So remember when we were doing Golden Cockerel, I said something about Tai Chi is a big circle, and all our movements are spirals, semicircles. Do you see that in repulsing of the monkey, that I am persisting or keeping that principle alive, in that there are spirals, there are circles. They are not angles, and I'm not locking my joints. So the energy stays within your system. But once you lock your knees or lock your elbows, the energy then stops and stagnates and does not flow. Therefore, when you do your Tai Chi movements, there's always a slight give or relaxation or a bend in the elbow, because that is a joint that can lock your energy. Also take notice that I am in a semi-squat position. Semi-squat because I rooted to the ground. The gravity is helping me with my motion. It's giving me the feeling that I am not going to fall. But once I'm flimsy and I have my knees locked, I don't have that reassurance, okay? Let's practice this way now, okay? Left hand, okay? Make it a little smoother. See, so you're in Tai Chi posture and just kind of come slightly down, okay? Ear, turn, meet, slide. Higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. You say it. Center, higher, anybody with me? Ear, turn, meet, slide, okay? Nobody's gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it, then you say it to yourself. Okay, you're going to have to internalize the instructions. I can't be there all the time. Plus, it's better for your mind and better for your body that you hear yourself. Your mind is active. That's what Tai Chi is all about. You do it because you know better. Last one. Okay, so you're going to practice that. Then, commencing form. Let's go back to an easy one now. Okay, maybe I should show you something. So, I'll show you everything that's wrong up to this point, okay? I'll show you everything that's wrong. And then you say, oh my God, she's so wrong, and you tell yourself why, okay? So I have 2 weighted feet. I'm not using my hips and waist. I'm falling down. Okay, so you can see that if you had no instructions, that perhaps Tai Chi could be a wrong type of Tai Chi, could be a detriment, okay? So we want to get away from that. Now we talked about repulsing of the monkey. In this one, what is wrong? Too many angles and too sharp. So we need to soften. Of course, that's really exaggerated. So how are you going to soften it? Everybody knows how to bend their elbow, right? Bend your elbow. You stretch it out real tight, and that's causing stress. So you're going to have to bring it back in. Bring that energy back into you rather than jam it out and give it away. Bring it in, okay? So then you soften your movements like this. But if you don't understand Tai Chi, even not to do it forceful, you might do it this way, which is not correct because you're still locking those joints. So you want to create roundness, smoothness, and you want to give the knee and the elbow a relaxed feeling, okay? All right, 5-10 minutes, okay? So to get into Yang 10 Tai Chi and Yang 88, Yang 24, Yang 16, we have to do a commencing form. So this form applies to all first movements of Yang style Tai Chi. So we're in good Tai Chi posture and demonstrate you first, 50-50. I'm going to put all my weight gradually, not just like this, not just abruptly, because I will then lock my knee. But I'm going to do it in degrees and percentages. So if I'm 50-50 now, I slowly put all the weight, 60-70, onto my right. 80-90, 100 goes off the ground, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 lined up, okay? So the movement requires 50-50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, and then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then the hands from the sides of the seam rotate to the center. Not a big deal, but your body will just tell you to do that. Then you see my shoulders? They turn in, and they pull that water up in front of me. And I do it, you can do it with me, but you're going to pull it up using the core, using those muscles in the back of you. All right? You understood that. Now let's see if we can just draw the water up with our hands. Rotate. Use your hands. Wow, you got up there faster, and you were not using your core. So you don't want to do that. You want to use your core. Okay, so you're 50-50. Rotate. Use the core. Use that muscle in the back. At shoulder level, you're going to reverse, but you're not going to use your hands. You're going to use your core to drop your shoulders, your knees, flexing your knees, coming down. Okay? Not all the way down, because we're going to go into repulsing of the monkey. okay? So let's put two things together. I know it's a little rough, but that's okay for now, okay? All right, so good Tai Chi posture. Dropping shoulders, middle finger to the side seam, tucking that butt, hollowing out the chest, tongue on your palate, all the vertical dantian points lined up nicely, okay? Here we go. 50-50. 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Rotate your hands to the middle of the thighs. Take a deep breath in. Drop that water using your core. At shoulder level, drop your shoulders, flex your knees, push down that water. Left hand in the center, right hand rises up higher, glancing at the back, open the front hand to the ceiling. Bring the back hand to your ear, turn your head and neck, meet the hands in the center, slide forward, slide back. Center the right, left hand higher, open the front to the ceiling, bring it to the ear, turn the head and neck, meet the hands in the center like two balls coming at two directions, slide forward, slide back. Here's a drill. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, open, ear, turn, meet, slide. You're going to get good so I can watch. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, open, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Center, higher, glance, open, ear, turn, meet, slide. Last one. Center, higher, glance, ear, turn, meet, slide. Good. How does it feel? Feels a little like it can be relaxing, but maybe at this point a little stressful and a little awkward and a little weird. Okay, but just remember, you got that monkey, you gotta get him away from you, okay? No one's gonna help you, all right? So, good beginning. I see a lot of good things going on because each of you are creating a platform in which you can build and edit and tweak and become better, okay? It's not easy, but it's one of the easiest movements in the 10 form. So we got to get to it and create it and say, hey, at least I can do 2 things or 3 things, okay? Because watch, okay? And we'll end with this. This is the 10 form, and I'm going to be talking, but I'm going to show you that some of the movements are duck soup and others are not so, okay? So this is my good Tai Chi posture. This is my 50-50. And I'm going to commence. You'll know this movement. This one's called brush knee. This will be That one I'm going to save for a little bit later. I think it'll scare you. But this one, parting of the wild horse's mane, I think I want to teach you next week, okay? So make sure that you do some homework, because you don't want to accumulate unfinished work. We're going up the horse's mane. Then we're going to be billowy clouds. How do we do that? Only with circles, only with angle, not with angles. But the power of the hips and waist, the power of the mind, learning to control your body, but we can't do cloud hands forever. We're going to shift our weight at 12 o'clock. We're going to turn ourselves into not a pumpkin, but a golden cockerel. And then we're going to go back to martial arts and ward off our opponent. Shove him away with our forearm. But yet we're going to learn to grasp the bird's tail. Using the energy that you all have. Just need to learn to activate. Enjoy your body. Do good things for it, and the returns are great. And we need to close our form because we almost have done 10 different forms. We embrace the tiger, we bring him closer to ourselves, push him away, bring all that energy, obey gravity, as we're now closing our form.